All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Flora Njoku. I'm the chair of PAC. PAC is Professionals in Accounting and Commerce. Our membership is drawn from professionals in accountancy, business, and commerce. Now, next week, November 22nd, PAC will be hosting a seminar. The seminar is on surviving and thriving during the COVID-19 pandemic and post-Brexit. And there'll be two main topics. Firstly, how can individuals and businesses survive COVID-19 and post-Brexit? And secondly, what are the challenges of COVID-19 on your finances? And luckily for PAC, we have two excellent speakers who have volunteered their time to talk about these two topics. Firstly, we have Professor Chris Emefiodun. Professor is a Guinness World Record holder. He's a consultant to royals, to government, to corporate leaders and presidents. And secondly, we have Mr. Steve Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins is the Senior National Director for Geniston. So thank you very much, Professor Chris and Mr. Jenkins, for your time this evening to talk about this seminar. So I have a few questions for both of you. Firstly, Professor Chris, are you actually looking forward to this seminar?
Yes, it's unbelievable. Anything that is topical now is changing almost by the minute. We used to think that economics was a department in the university, politics was another department, and then entrepreneurship was its own unit. But the way things have moved in the past 1 year, how health, and then the pandemic, and then politics, and then the so-called epidemiology is changed the landscape of any human thinking. So it's exciting times to be alive. It's not just turbulent, it's exciting. You don't know what's coming up next. And therefore, nobody can literally sit back and say that they are the authority on what is going to happen next. So I look forward with excitement.
Yeah, thank you. We look forward to seeing you next week. And Mr. Jenkins, so why do you think delegates should actually attend this seminar at this particular point in time? As Professor said, there's a lot of challenges, both health-wise, both economic. So why do you think delegates should actually attend this seminar?
Well, I concur with what's already been said, and that things are moving at such a pace. And it's been many years that it's over 30 years that I've been in financial services and financial education. And it's always been the case that people need to learn how money works. We spend 14,000 hours in school and higher education and learn next to nothing about how money works and about finances and how the financial world works. But here we are now at a time in the history of the world where people have got to concentrate on their finances even more, because the full consequences economically of what's happened with the lockdown has not hit the economy yet. And it's going to at some point in the middle of next year. And people need to get prepared now so that they can be in shape to take care of themselves when the economic downturn really hits. So, there's no better time to talk about it than right now. And right now is next weekend, the 22nd of November. So people it'd be madness to avoid it.
Thank you very much. That's very interesting. So Professor Chris, what two key points do you want to highlight in your presentation next week?
I think it's for us to realize that we are now in a global village, real, truly global village. In the past, you had a shop in Liverpool, you bought your products in Liverpool, and then you sold it to every Liverpoolian, and your audience was primarily Liverpool or the Midlands at Northwest or Midlands at best. But now, whatever happens in Liverpool has real immediate repercussions in Los Angeles. So if you see thinking local and acting local, you'll be missing the point. So everyone should seriously consider making their products or services available to the global community. And what are the best tools, the quick, easy tools you can use, the most inexpensive tools you can use to reach a larger audience. Like the Chinese saying says, when there is an opportunity, there's a challenge, and when there's a challenge, there's an opportunity. So the whole change about the relationship between Europe and UK represents one of the biggest opportunities in our lifetime, and also represents the biggest threat in our lifetime. For example, if I have my things available on my website and I denominate it in euro, it is now Eurocentric. It is now Europhilic. And if I then just use simple Google Translate to have it available in French and ends with a .fr, my website that used to be website.co.uk becomes website.fr. So I immediately make my goods and services available to my European neighbor. Therefore, the whole thing about Brexit becomes political because you've been able to fly above the storm on the uncertainties. The same thing you can do, you can end with a .de, it becomes a German-friendly website. So you can still make your products and services within the UK. Alternatively, you can take use your LinkedIn page to employ somebody in Belfast. The latest I know is that Belfast is still going to be operating in the same economic zone as Dublin. So you will be able to have your products or services available to mainland Europe, even if you are still in Liverpool or you are in London. So, I mean, the way technology has redefined everything we do, I mean, really baffles me. And I think as an employee, you must try and, as much as possible, just be bilingual. That means speak English and speak technology, because your goods and your professional ports will be made available using LinkedIn. So it's always very useful for you to look beyond the problem and see the solution, and it's right in front of our eyes. So I hope every employee will take that away with them. If you're an employee, and if you're an entrepreneur, you aggressively pursue these new lines that are opening up to us now.
Thank you very much. That's very interesting. And finally, Mr. Jenkins, so obviously we're trying to encourage as many delegates as possible to attend the meeting because it'll be very beneficial. So what are the one or two takeaways you want them to take away after this seminar?
Well, great question there, Fiona. Flora. I want people to get a smattering of financial education that they should have got at school. But I'll be giving them a couple of things like how to get out of debt quicker than they're on target for at the moment. I'm going to show them people how to pay mortgages off without spending any extra money and saving tens of thousands of pounds in interest in most cases. I'm going to show people how to actually make money out of the stock market even when it goes down. I'm going to show people how to get a full financial education and able to handle their finances even during these tough lockdown times. So my father always used to say, if you look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. And I'm going to bring that to life and show people how they can make that a reality.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think, do you have any other observations or any other comment you'd like to make at this point?
No, I would just say, get onto this seminar next weekend. You'll either be very, very glad that you did, or very, very sad that you didn't, particularly if you speak to people who were on it and you weren't. So just make sure you make the time to be on there so that you can win with your finances and win in life.
Excellent. And Professor, any more final words? Hello, Professor. Do you have any more final words you'd like to say?
Yeah. And make sure that you book it right now. Book it right now and put it in your Google Diary or Google Calendar, or put it in your Outlook so that it automatically notifies you, because sometimes you get busy at the weekend. It'll give you automatic notification to any device app. So book it now. Just make sure that you click on it, register, and don't delay, because remember, it's a Zoom meeting. People might come in a lot earlier than you and it'll be filled up. It's not a limitless capacity. So first come, first serve. So earlier registration will confer on you. By the way, I'm giving this. I'm not allowed to say it, but if you attend, you will get great resources worth over £3,000.
Thank you very much. So listeners, you've heard it from
A draw as well, and you win some tickets to attend additional events. So it's a great opportunity for you to come and learn, because ignorance is the most expensive product in any supermarket.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you very much. So listeners, you've heard from our two main speakers, Professor Chris Amashodun and Mr. Steve Jenkins. We look forward to seeing all of you. So just a reminder that the seminar is next Sunday, 22nd November at 3 p.m. GMT time. And we look forward to seeing you, and we look forward to our speakers. Thank you.